Good morning, everybody. Happy 2021 New Year's Day. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. I got my first cup of tea of 2021, and it tastes so good. Earl Grey, the perfect temperature. I love it. 2021 is here, and it wouldn't be life as we know it right now if there weren't a lot of immigration news to talk about. Last night, as you know, the presidential proclamation that blocked the issuance of visas. This is the big immigration story right now. It was extended once, and it was set to expire. It was set to expire on December 31st, 2020. And the big question yesterday was, would it expire or would Trump extend it? Well, sure enough, Trump extended. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Hey, Melva, happy 2021. As I was saying, Trump extended the proclamation that bars the issuance of visas until March of 2021. It's discouraging because for people out there who are waiting to be with their fiancés and their husbands and their wives and their parents and their children, or they're waiting to get their employment-based visa, they now have to wait another 3 weeks because on January 20th, Biden will be president, and we won't have to worry about the proclamation because it'll be gone with Trump. But nevertheless, if you're out there and you're wondering what's going to happen, you still have to wait 3 more weeks. So it's just one more way to extend the xenophobia, the anti-immigrant bigotry. So here's a good question from Andrea. First of all, Andrea, Happy New Year. That is a beautiful, beautiful child you have there. Will this affect the K-1 visa? So there is no proclamation right now that bars the issuance of K-1 visas. The Trump administration, without making any formal announcement, just decided not to issue K-1 visas anymore. So I think that is what's going on. So I think what affects the K-1 visas is the Trump administration. But there's no formal proclamation that affects it. Misha says, my I-730 just approved last month from the USCIS. Boy, I love to help people who have I-730s. That's my favorite type of case. If I can do anything to help you, reach out because that should be approved more quickly. And Misa, Happy New Year to you. Here we have Deborah Kahn. First of all, Deborah, Happy New Year, and thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. One of my goals for 2021 is to do a better job with YouTube and make more videos and answer more of your questions and go live more often. So definitely, I would appreciate if everybody on here hits the subscribe button to my YouTube channel. YouTube is my favorite place to be right now, so I appreciate that. But let me answer your question. It says, hey, can you confirm about F4 visas? Yes, I can confirm that. So there was the issuance of F4 visas was barred by proclamation, and that proclamation was set to expire on December 31st. Yesterday, Trump extended that until March. So if that's what you want to confirm, that's what I can confirm. Monty, our friend from Facebook, Happy New Year to you, my friend. Happy New Year. Hope 2021 is a sweet one that brings health, happiness, and good vibes to you and your family. Let me see what other questions we have here. Jatpuna. I'm a Canadian PR. My girlfriend from the US. I want to get married to her. What is the best K-1 or other visa? Okay, so Job lives in Canada as a permanent resident, and his girlfriend is from the US, and he wants to marry her First of all, Job, congratulations on getting engaged to get married. That's awesome news. My wife married me, and it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. So congratulations to you. So I guess there's a few questions I would have for you before I can answer that. First of all, is your girlfriend a U.S. citizen, or is she a permanent resident, or what's her immigration status? Only U.S. citizen petitioners can, only U.S. citizens can petition for their fiancés. So that's one thing. Marriage or fiancé visa, those are the two best route. Adriano, when do you think the services of immigration will routinely come back to work? I think it will be a very long time. Unfortunately, I think it'll be a very long time. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alexander Damas, I still haven't gotten a response back from him. How can I get assistance? Well, my firm is closed right now. One of the things I'm super proud of, and apologize for not getting back to you sooner. One of the things I'm super proud of is that in my office, you know, I own the firm, and I made a decision. I give every single person in my law firm, I give them all the holidays off. We close our office, and I pay everyone for the holidays. Nobody wants to be at work for the holidays, and I'm proud that I can do that. Frank, Happy New Year, Frank. Valenzuela, thank you for coming in. Happy New Year. I'd like to talk to you face-to-face, online if possible. Do you help people from around the USA? I help people from all over the world and around the United States, everywhere. I work remotely. Right now I'm in Palm Springs with my family, but I'm doing consultations and meeting with people remotely and by phone. Most of my consultations are with people in Afghanistan, Kabul, Pakistan. So you could be in Maryland. It doesn't matter where you are. If you have a U.S. immigration matter, I can help you out. So yeah, I would appreciate you following up with me. Nigeria has an immigrant visa ban. Do we have to wait for Biden to overturn it? I have found that this ban is more bark than bite, and I think that if especially when you file lawsuits, there's a way to get around the ban. There are waivers or things like that. And then in addition, Biden will be president in 3 weeks, so I think that ban will be gone as soon as Trump is gone. Jason, thank you for your question. I remember something funny. I think something funny you said in a few live chats ago. It says, is it true that any changes that Biden makes to the immigrant visa numbers and caps can only come into effect 2 years later? No. That does not sound true to me. No, it does not sound true. Here we have Maywish. First of all, shout out to all my friends in Pakistan. Happy New Year to you. Wishing everyone a safe, healthy, and happy 2021. I am so optimistic about life right now. We have a vaccine. We have several vaccines that are effective, and those are going to be distributed. It's going to beat back this pandemic. We also have a new president coming. Good things are happening. I love it. But to answer your question, you're an EB3 skilled worker and you're waiting on an interview date in Pakistan. Well, I think you should consider a lawsuit. This is the technique that I use to get delayed cases approved. There's generally a ban on issuance of these sorts of visas, although there are some exceptions to that. This ban is likely to disappear when Trump disappears on 12 o'clock, January 20th. So I wouldn't be overly worried about that because it's going to be gone soon. Ansel, thank you for tuning in from YouTube. Can you tell me what I should do in the U.S. after coming to the U.S. on a tourist visa? What are my options? How can I stay here personally? Wow, that's a question that has a lot of answers. There's lots of things you could do. You could apply for asylum. You could get married. You could get a student visa. There's so many different options. It depends on your situation, and that's, you know, I would look on my YouTube channel for answers. hit me up with specific questions. My website has a lot of information. Please let me know. Hadair, Happy New Year. May God bless you all. Yes, as well to you and your family. What a beautiful, beautiful child. What a blessing. Without children, there is no life. So yes, this is great. John Locke, the eminent philosopher, has come back to life to join us here. Do you think there will be lawsuits by former Trump administration if the Trump administration rescinds or modifies the extended immigrant executive order? All of the executive orders that Trump, that's a good question. Of course, I don't know what's going to happen. I can speculate. If we in the United States live in a divided country. It's a divided country. It's divided between people who support Trump and the Republicans, although those are the same thing, really, and people who don't. So will there be litigation? Yeah, there will be litigation. What will happen? I don't know. Will Biden rescind or modify the executive orders? Yes. As soon as he's president, he's going to get rid of all those orders. The Muslim ban and all that sort of things. How can I contact you personally? Let me just throw out my email address. That's probably the best way to reach me. Let me see if I can. Yeah, you can email me. And when you email me, tell me what's going on with your situation. Sometimes people call me and they say, "Oh, I want to talk to you." Well, what do you want to talk to me about? What specifically do you need help with? What questions do you have? What are you struggling with? That's what I really want to know when people reach out, so I can find out whether it's something that I can actually help them with. How many days will it take to Biden to revert the extended order after January? Well, I don't know, but I expect that with the stroke of a pen, Biden can remove the executive orders. So I expect that's what he's going to do on January 20th. So I think the orders will be done. Orders will be done on January 20th. Jason, again, do you think there'll be any changes to popular visa programs like the H-1B, the dumb prevailing wage requirement under Trump? Just some background about what Jason's talking about. The Trump administration is trying to sabotage the H-1B program, and it's doing so by setting up a required prevailing wage for the visa that's unrealistic and out of step with the market. So there's been a lot of litigation about this prevailing wage requirement. I think it's just one more of the things that Biden will have to Control Z and undo. So I wouldn't be too worried about that prevailing wage requirement. I don't think there will be, to fundamentally change visa programs, you either need regulations, executive order, or new laws. And I think Biden will be able to do everything except I don't know if there'll be new laws, because that requires that'll require more votes than he has. How can I contact you? Well, you can see my phone number is at the top. My website is also at the top. But my favorite way to contact me, the best way to contact me, by the way, is, let's see here. This is my email address. I hope you can see it. I'll post it in the comments here. Let's see, here we go. That's my email address. Muhammad Arhal, thank you for tuning in from YouTube. I appreciate that, brother. Hope you're doing well. It says, can Biden remove the ban when he takes president on January 21st? He's going to be in on January 20th. But maybe, yeah, and he'll be able to remove that. Happy New Year, Ali. Thank you for tuning in from YouTube. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Let's see. What about the expired medical exam because of the corona? I have to do that again when the Trump ban is finished. Probably. Probably, yes, you would. Facebook user, my morning question is, why don't you talk about the I-589 petition? How to get unlocked? So the I-589 petition, that's a great question. The I-589 petition that's the form that you use to apply for asylum. So yeah, I mean, that's a big part of our immigration practice. If you have specific questions about asylum, let me know. I can help you. I can talk about that. Please, please, please let me know. Good question. Where can we find information about your live sessions ahead of time? That's a good question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a schedule and I'm going to publish it, but I haven't been very consistent with my live videos, so I apologize for that. I'm going to try to go live more often. I'm going to try to have a set schedule. So it's one of my New Year's goals. But yeah, definitely it's one thing I'm falling short on. Let's see. Here we have a friend, Usanu. Hi, I'm in Germany. What about the K1 visa? Yeah, I mean, shout out to all my friends in Germany. I have lots of German friends. I love Germany. K1 visa. Congratulations, my friend, on getting engaged to get married. There's some problems with the K1 visa. There's some problems with the K1 visa. Specifically, Trump administration is not processing K1 visas. And second, you have the coronavirus-related ban on travel to the U.S. from the Shenzhen region. So that are 2 points that I have here. Aiden, Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year to you, bro. Happy New Year. Alexander says, I have no family in the country I was born in. Do I qualify for asylum? No. If you have no family in the country you were born, that is not a basis for an asylum case. You need to show, for asylum, you need to show that you're afraid to return to your home country out of a well-founded fear of persecution based on race, religion, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group. But just because you don't have family in a country is not a factor. Alexander, I wonder what country you're from and whether we could come up with a better plan for you, or there may be more to it. So I think you need a consultation. And I know you've reached out. Daisy Bolo, coming to us from YouTube. Thank you so much. What do you suggest couples like me and my boyfriend, still in college, planning to get married as soon as we get a job and save up? Fiance visa or spouse visa? Well, if you're both in the US and you're engaged to get married, I would say you should get married. Either way, we'll be able to help you do that. Fiance visas are probably used best when one party is outside the United States. Rebecca asks a great question. What about us? That was the issue visa in September. Is we affected by the extension too? If you applied, Rebecca, I'm glad you asked that. If you applied for a visa and your visa has been delayed, then I want to help you. I want to file this, and I can help you by filing a lawsuit to challenge the delay. That's what I can do. Here we have a friend from Korea, Loverly Eats. By the way, love Korean food. That's one of my favorite types of food. I like the bibimbap with spicy sauce. So good. I'm in Korea processing my I-130 IR1 visa. How long does it take? I'm on my civil documents now. What's next? Can I get my medical before the interview? Well, congratulations on getting married and good luck with the visa application process. So first step is you file the I-130 and you get the I-130 approved. You've done that. The second step is you go to the National Visa Center. That's where you are now. And you're turning in all your civil documents. Once you do that, you have to wait for them to schedule the interview. The medical exam is scheduled by the consulate, and it's something you do in conjunction with the consular interview. So I think you could be, I mean, it's very difficult, but you could be around 6 months away from getting an interview. Mohammed, hi Josh, my K1 visa is stuck at the NV, I think that's supposed to be NVC. Everyone's K1 visa right now seems to be stuck at the NVC, and the solution is to file a lawsuit to challenge the delay. What I do is I ask people one question. Has your I-129F been pending for 1 year? If it's been pending for 1 year, then I will take your case. I will sue the consulates. I will sue the NVC and all the other agencies. And guess what? After we file the lawsuit, things will start moving and you'll get your visa. Haider. I'm waiting for my IR1 visa class interview appointment. When will I receive it? I hope you get it soon, but it's very hard to say. I need to know what consulate you're at, when you applied, where you are in the process. I need to ask a bunch of questions to find out exactly where you are in the process. How about K1 visas in France? The K1 visa system is fundamentally delayed right now. And I wrote a book that I published and I have on my website. I can share the link with you if you reach out to me, Joel. And it's about what to do when your K1 visa is delayed. It has a lot of information about that. Essentially, with the K1 visa, there are two fundamental problems. Number one, you have the fact that the Trump administration is not processing the K1 visas. And that's very problematic because things are just stuck, although there's been no announcement. The second thing is that the Trump administration has imposed a travel ban on people from the Shenzhen region, which includes much of Europe. So that's frustrating. But I think after Biden becomes president, hopefully these things will get resolved. If you have a case where your I-129F has been pending for a year, reach out to me. I'd love to help you with this. Let's see what other questions we have. Mohammed, Afghanistan embassy has told me the embassy is closed. I can't wait anymore. First of all, I want to give a warm welcome to all my friends from Afghanistan. The situation there is very, very difficult. I want to help all of you. So if you need any help at all, especially if you're from Afghanistan, please reach out. I would love to help you with this because I have great sympathy for the Afghan people, and my friends and clients from Afghanistan are really struggling right now. It's not easy. The embassy is not closed. The embassy is not closed. The embassy is not closed. There's no embassy that's closed right now. They're not closed. And each month, the State Department publishes statistics showing how many visas they issued at each consulate. And they're not closed. They are not closed. They're issuing visas. One of the toughest consulates in the world right now is in Moscow. And one of the U.S. attorneys came back to me and said, well, Moscow's not processing any visas. And I said, well, look, here are the statistics. They did process visas, not a lot of them, but they processed some. So none of the consulates are closed. The consulate in Afghanistan is not closed. Mohammed, do you know how I know the consulate in Afghanistan is not closed? Because I've sued them and I'm getting visas approved all the time, including last week I got a visa approved there. So don't let anyone tell you that this consulate is not closed. Is closed. It's not. Let's see. Willems. I want to apply for the K1 visa. I need to be with my fiance. We have our baby on the way. I am a Niagara who work in Dubai. What will I do? First of all, congratulations, Willems, on having a baby. That's awesome. And I hope you're doing well in Dubai. So I guess my question for you, Willems, is are you a U.S. citizen? If so, the K1 visa is an option for you, and you can do that. If you're not a U.S. citizen, then you can't So I guess I would need to know a little more information about what you're trying to do. But why can't you apply for a K-1 visa if you're engaged to get married? Mohammed, coming to us from Afghanistan. My case is selected for resettlement to the U.S. a year and a half ago. When do you think we will be resettled for Turkey? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Facebook user, is the ban again in the F4 category for visa applicant? I believe it is. The ban will end on January 20th when Biden becomes president. That's what I expect to hear. What other questions do you have for me? Here's one. Tariq. What about the C1 visa? It's been holding my friend for 20 years, and they have an American family with kids. Tariq, have your friend reach out to me. I know how to help someone who came in on a C1 visa get a green card. I know how to do it. There's a way to do this, and I know how to help you with that. Is the K-1 affected by the proclamations? There is no proclamation that impacts the K-1 visa. The K-1 visas are impacted by the Trump administration and its failure to process the visa, but there's no proclamation per se that impacts the K-1 visa. That's the answer to that question. Will Nigeria ever be eligible for the DV lottery again? I doubt it. The K1 the DV lottery is for countries that have not had a lot of immigration to the United States. Nigeria is a large country with a lot of people in it, and they tend to exclude those types of countries from the visa lottery. Let's see, Catherine Perkins, thank you for joining us from YouTube. I really appreciate it. I'm going to marry a Moroccan. Congratulations. That's awesome. I'm hoping to go visit in the next couple of months. Would it be faster to get him here in the US if I marry him when I visit, or should we wait and apply for the fiance visa? That's a great question. Let me give you my thoughts on that. First of all, if you file the fiance visa, you could file that right away. But if you're going to go to the US, if you're going to go to Morocco in the next couple of months, and you're going to go there anyway, and if you can get married there, I don't know anything about the marriage process in Morocco, but if you can do those things, then I think you should do that. I think you should get married and file it based on marriage. I have so many friends and clients from Morocco. It's a beautiful country, and the consulate in Casablanca is absolutely horrible. But yeah, you should definitely. I would get married. I think it's easier. My office files a lot of fiance visas and marriage-based visas. We do them both. So I don't have a strong bias, but if you're already going there, it does make a lot of sense to get married at that time. Bernardo Duran, thank you for tuning in through YouTube. Attorney, I was denied for adjustment last December 21st. Can I reapply? What's going to happen? I'm sorry to hear that you were denied, my friend. And I guess I would want to read the denial letter. I would want to study that and figure out why were you denied, what happened, and try to make sure that you don't make the same mistake twice. So I guess before you reapply, you can always reapply, but before you reapply, I'd like to have some better understanding of why you were not approved. Joel again, I don't know why the embassy in Paris is telling me every day the proclamation's affected when I call. Yes, there is no proclamation that impacts the K-1 visa. I file lawsuits against these agencies and I sue them. There's no proclamation that impacts that. Let's see. Rachel, I sent you an email this morning. It's about, yes, I got your email. I got your email. I can help you out. I actually have your email up right in another tab, and I plan to get back to you. So appreciate you coming in. I will respond to you in a bit. Congratulations, Rachel, on getting married, and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Mohammed says, what's happening? The NVC is not processing K-1 visas. Yeah, I know. That's why we're suing them. Anybody who has a K-1 visa and you're getting that stupid message where they're saying, oh, we can't process this, we can't process this, we're suing. We're suing them. As long as your I-129F has been pending for a year, we're suing them, and we're getting cases approved. Cases are moving forward. We're going to help so many people in 2021. So yeah, I mean, if you're frustrated, why not just move forward and file that lawsuit? That's what I would do. IR5 visa is the one for your parents, I believe, if that's what you're asking about. The IR5 visas are barred by proclamation, and that's going to end. Amy, I got your messages, and I will be back in touch with you right away. I know about this situation, and I'm definitely going to help you and your son and their beautiful child. So I will get back to you right away. Your messages is one that I'm aware of. So hang in there. We'll get you. We'll get you. Proud grandmother who needs her granddaughter. I'm not sure which, but we're going to get them there. We're going to get them there. Andrea, I'm a citizen. I'm engaged to be married to a Brazilian person. Which would be easier to get married or go for the spouse visa? Which should I try, the fiance visa first? Andrea, congratulations on getting engaged. I guess my question for you would be, first of all, are you a U.S. or you are a citizen? Is your fiance in Brazil, or is your fiance in the U.S.? Is your fiance outside of the U.S.? And the second question I would say is, have you met your fiance in person within the last 2 years? Those are the two requirements that I want to tell you about for the fiance visa. Mel, happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Hope 2021 is a sweet one for you. And I want everybody to get protected from the virus. I want the pandemic to end. I want a new president. I want to be connected with my friends and family again in 2021. So yeah. Ethio coming to us from YouTube. I have a bachelor's in my country. I want to study my second bachelor's in the U.S. I've been thinking about starting community college. Does the visa give me a visa? Will the embassy give me a visa? Is that possible? Well, if you have a bachelor's, wouldn't you get a master's? I don't know. I think the educational program has to make sense. But definitely you should try to apply for a visitor visa. I think that's a good idea. Happy New Year, Mohammed. Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in. Tariq says, will Biden do anything about DAPA? DAPA is Deferred Action for Parental Accountability. It's basically the equivalent for DACA, only for parents. I hope he does something. I'm not sure he will. I hope he does. Let's see. Kelvin. Oh my God. Keep skipping my question. Kelvin, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Is this your question? Does the proclamation affect F2A minor child of an LPR? Yes, it does, but the proclamation is going to end as soon as Trump leaves. So don't sweat that. Hope that answers your question, brother. It's been a pleasure tuning in with everyone. I'm going to get back to being with my family. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful New Year. And I'm going to be coming to you live more often and more regularly. And I'll be back in touch right away. Take care.